that those of you who have governed before, who refuse to subsidize your people, Ɓ0MB did not subsidize education in state. Lecturers and doctors went on strike for 13 months.
Okay.
You may like him as a person, but he did not perform as a governor. That is the truth.
If you notice, you go around in Nigeria, you see cows passing on our roads, and you'll be wondering why so much cows are going around and passing. You know why? It is money laundering.
Playing to the gallery will not make you win the election. You will not win. Now, why Sowore will not win is not you shouting. There are no more than 24,000 lawyers who are here, and there are 93 million voters. So 24,000 should vote for Sowore and see whether he will win.
Mine will not be. I'm not answering. I'm not defending anything.
When you pass, they make those calls and say, the red Corolla, somebody is there that can pay. Do you understand?
And we cannot sit down here and make some sweeping statements that are without any proof, without any evidence. And I want to put it on record. I want it to be on record.
Welcome back. So we have Ɓ0MB and of course stakeholders in Nigeria. VDM also was invited, and Sowore, and we have Rotimi Ameachi. This event is a very important one. These are lawyers who have invited Nigerians. Let us reason together. Well, you saw the fire and the steam in all of the speakers, but I want you to take time to listen to each and every one of them. Let us find who is making sense, who is just opening his mouth and uttering gibberish. I'm going to look at the comment section. I want to know where we have arrived in our reasoning. Let us see if people just run with or empty oratory or words that do not make sense. It's going to be explosive, really. I promise you, it's going to be explosive. Because right now, social media is trending on this matter. Please like and share. Tap on the subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell.
What do we do with the savings? If your position is not...
If there's anyone who has been consistent about non-removal of fuel subsidy, it has been me. And it took Ameachi and his principal almost 10 years to catch up with me. They have now reversed their position on fuel subsidy. The question about subsidy is, who are you subsidizing? You are subsidizing the elite. You are subsidizing the governors. The only people who are doing well since they removed subsidy are the governors of states. And when they talk about subsidy, they make it sound like they have not removed subsidy before. I was a student in 1989, they removed subsidy. In 1990, they removed subsidy. They said Nigeria will be better. We are in 2026, they are still removing subsidy. They are robbing Ɓ0MB to pay Bola Tinubu. That is what removal of subsidy is all about. The poor people of this country only benefit from subsidy from petrol, gasoline. There is no subsidy on kerosene. What did they build with it? There's no subsidy on A1 jet fuel. What did they build with it? Please, please, don't let these politicians lie to you. I love one thing that Ameachi said. He said, apart from Sowore and Adebayo, the rest of us have been in government and we have failed. They have no business coming back. Yes. It is, you guys should be apologizing to the Nigerian people. Let me say one more thing.
Stop lying.
Let me say one
Stop
more thing.
lying, Sowore.
No.
I said judge us by our achievements.
No, I'm adding failure to
Oh,
it.
so say so.
I'm
Say
adding
so, don't
failure.
quickly.
Okay.
One other thing I want to say is that when it comes to subsidy, right, transportation policy is important. We have a former governor of Rivers State here, Ameachi, who built a rail line that went nowhere. If that rail line was working subsidy would have been working for the people of River State.
Okay.
I'm not attacking you.
Okay.
But your records are here in River State.
Okay.
And we cannot ignore that those of you who have governed before, who refuse to subsidize your people. Peter Obi did not subsidize education in state. Lecturers and doctors went on strike for 13 months.
Okay.
You may like him as a person, but he did not perform as a governor. That is the truth.
Okay.
And we can't keep pretending that there's nothing wrong with Nigeria.
Thank you
and
very
those
much.
people who have run Nigeria up to this point.
Thank you very much.
I will not remove subsidy.
Thank you.
Because the poor in Nigeria
Thank you
needs
very
to be
much.
subsidized instead of the rich. We are already subsidizing them with waivers. We are subsidizing their lifestyles. They are driving convoys and big stars and
okay.
air jets.
Thank you.
We have a duty to return power to the people and subsidize the poor. Thank you very much.
He knows I know him very well. Play to the gallery will not make you win the election. You will not win. Now, why Sowore will not win is not you shouting. There are no more than 24,000 lawyers who are here, and there are 93 million voters. So 24,000 should vote for Sowore and see whether he will win. That's not the issue. Let's go to what he said. Where are those from Lagos? There is Lagos Abeokuta, Lagos Ibadan Railway is working or not? In my time, it was working. I don't know what's happening under Tinubu. There is Abuja Kaduna Rail working or not?
What happened?
Now, where are Rivers lawyers? Please take Sowore around. Where are the Rivers lawyers who are present? Take Sowore around.
Okay.
Sowore, I said I built that road. I built this road. I built this primary school. I built that primary school. Sowore, what is your experience?
All right, go for
When
it.
politicians are talking, close your mouth.
Yes. You have the right of reply. Yes.
Please, mine will not be, I'm not answering, I'm not defending anything. I'm happy that most people from Anambra, some people from Anambra are here. Thank you. Doctors were on strike for 13 months. The only thing doctors have never said is why they went on strike. If anybody here can tell me why doctors went on strike, then I'll defend it. When I became governor, there was no single school of nursing accredited in Anambra State. Our university did not have a teaching hospital. Our hospitals were not accredited. And I decided after several months to deal with our doctors. When I put money in general hospitals, they transfer it to somewhere else. And I decided, wait a minute, and I decided I'm going to work with the agencies, schools owned by the churches, hospitals owned by the churches and everything. And I started funding them like Iyenu and everything. The judges said, I'm supporting private sector. And we had a disagreement. If the doctors are very effective, in 13 months, there was no mass death. That means something is missing. Because after 13 months, we are still alive.
Okay.
And we have strike. Today, go to Anambra State. We have the highest number of schools of nursing, midwifery, than any other state. We have three teaching hospitals. 3 teaching hospitals from our own university teaching hospital to Iyenu, to Ɓ0MB, they are teaching hospital today because of that decision I took. So it's very simple. If I get into government, anytime the sectors will annoy,
Okay.
if annoying them means that we will do well,
Okay.
we will do that.
Thank you very much.
So there have been a lot of debate as to why Verydarkman is invited. I am not here to teach you the law. I am here to share an experience. I'm pretty sure a lot of you that are debating did not look at the topic. It says known gunmen or unknown gunmen, right? This is not a topic of if I may, my lord, because a lot of your lords are being kidnapped. So this is not if I may, because your lords are being kidnapped. On the 26th of July, a judge was coming from Sokoto, and he was kidnapped in Kebbi. And then they released him after 1 week. Do you understand? So if we don't discuss about this topic, and if I don't share my experience, it will not be, if I may, my Lord. It will be you joining your personal Lord and Savior. So you just have to listen, you know. So I'll share my experience now. Thank you very much. So talking about Yelwata, I was the first respondent there. When the killing happened, our conventional media, like AIT, NTA, and the rest, they have become lazy and they have become really scared. So they don't really cover what happens, the result of this insecurity, or rather the result of these unknown known gunmen. So that is why people like us will go there. And like I said, that is why I'm here. First of all, I was the respondent for Yelwata. I was also the first respondent when they killed, that one is the military men that did it, when they killed some women in Lamurde. They shot them, they knelt down, they sprayed them the bullets. I went there. I was also the first respondent when, okay, no, the police were there before I came, but I was like the first person of the media that came. The bomb blast that happened on Saturday, they detonated one at Monday Market in Boronu, Post Office Junction, and University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital. I went there, I saw the people that were affected. Also, Angwan Rukuba in Jos, I also went there. Bokos, I also went there. I've seen people that have been affected by these unknown known gunmen. I've seen blood, I've seen people burnt alive. So you just need to listen. Do you understand? Now, what happened in Yelwata is straight. I'll be straightforward. It was the Fulanis that attacked the people in Yelwata. Why? It was a retaliation for the Yelwata people. I think they killed the Fulani boy and his cow, and these people came back. Now, the thing that has been happening in Jos over the years, thousands of people have lost their life. Now, what has been happening is just simple. Farmers and herders clash. I've collected data, I've investigated. If the cows don't move, people don't die. If the cows don't move, people don't die. The Fulani people, you and I, when we see ourselves, we say, how are you doing? How is your family? They say, hello, how is your cow? How are the goats? You see, they value these things because this is their way of life. This is culture. This is their source of livelihood. Now, Benue is called the food basket of the nation, meaning farming is their source of income. Now, your own source of income is eating my source of income. There will be a problem. Do you understand? So when they cross, these guys are like, you are eating my crops. I can't survive when I can't farm. So yeah, I have to kill your cows, so you stop. But the Fulani guys are like, no, the cows are my brothers, so I'll come back and kill. Now, look at this part. If you notice, you go around in Nigeria, you see cows passing on our roads, and you'll be wondering why so much cows are going around and passing. You know why? It is money laundering. It's the government. It's money laundering. Let me tell you how. How much is a fat cow, a very big cow? It's sold at 2 million. You see an Aboki man going around, a Fulani man going around with 500 cows, that is 1 billion naira. That is money laundering. So instead of the government to tell these cows to stay inside, like in-house ranching, right? They won't, because it's their investment. And the Fulani man have told them that, see, these cows need to walk around so that their meat will be sweet. Or they have some sort of excuses that is giving them that, that reason to have their cows go around. So the government, they invest in these cows to the money that has been stolen, they put it in the cows. 500, you see, 1,000 cows, if 500 cows is giving you 1 billion, or if it's sold at, yes, 1 billion, 500, 1,000 is giving you 2 billion. I'm sure a lot of you have never thought about this before, have you? Exactly, and this is why I'm here, to tell you what it is. Do you understand?
So, again, am I saying...
Don't worry. Don't worry.
We are on the same side. The government that put...
A lot of these governors... See, okay, I will answer you with Wike. I'm not saying Wike puts money, but listen. We all know Wike is a very stubborn man. Wike doesn't care. But when they asked Wike about the cows, Wike said, I can't talk about it. He knows the people that have invested in it. So you can bring Wike and ask him why. He said...
Wike is not on this panel. We are on this
Bring
panel.
him, invite him.
No. This panel, of course, it's too late to bring Wike here. You mentioned government, but that's okay. You already told us who the government is, but so continue.
Now, there are no unknown gunmen anywhere. They are the unknown gunmen. The military men are the unknown gunmen. The immigration, the customs, these guys are the unknown gunmen. Nobody else. See, surprisingly, we have a lot of checkpoints in Nigeria. A lot of checkpoints, police checkpoints. When you're traveling from Lagos, you're coming to Abuja, Lokoja axis, you have a lot of checkpoints there. But then again, a lot of kidnappings happen along that route. Do you know why? When you pass with your car, you meet a checkpoint. When you meet the checkpoint, the policemen say, wind down. You wind down. Open your boot. You open your boot. Believe you me, everybody knows who's rich and who is poor. And everybody knows the people that belong in the middle class. So when they look at you, okay, when you pass, they make those calls and say, the red Corolla, somebody is there that can pay. Do you understand? It's not rocket science. It's not. It's not.
Okay, so we are still coming back to you. You have a lot to say.
I do have a lot to say.
Yeah, we are still coming back to you. We are still coming back to you. Please hold your thoughts for a while so that, again, every other person will make their contribution.
The insecurity. Now, who benefits from this? The government benefits. Everything is the government, trust me. Everything is the government. The government benefits, the police benefits, the military men benefit. Since insecurity started, generals get high.
I want to put the records very straight because this is a gathering of the largest number of lawyers in the whole of Africa, and we cannot sit down here and make some sweeping statements that are without any proof, without any evidence. And I want to put it on record. I want it to be on record that, please, can I have silence, please? Okay, I'll go on and say what I have to say. If Verydarkman will sit here and say that all military are corrupt, it's as good as saying all lawyers are corrupt. Okay, so let that be clear and let it be established that if you say that all military are corrupt, then all lawyers are corrupt. So I also want to put it on record firmly that the only institution in this country that is holding this country, the only institution that is giving us the safety, the sanity we need in support with other stakeholders is the military. And I want to put it also on record that military men daily, every day, they are dying to make sure that we have the peace that we are having to even hold this conference.
Thank you.
So please, when we make statements that are not founded, without any basis, please, let's come out with your evidence. And if you have your proof, you table it before the appropriate authorities for proper investigation.
Thank you, sir.
I will hand over to my colleague.
Thank you. Your point is taken.
Hello. Thank you very much. Hello. Good afternoon. Hello. I am Colonel. Hello. I am Colonel GC Oheri. I would like to observe, first and foremost, that, as she said, this is the largest gathering of lawyers. And we know we are all ministers in the Temple of Justice. We are all ministers in the Temple of Justice. Please, it is unloyally to shout down any lawyer who is making a submission. Please, let us observe decorum. A lot has been said about the military. And we're not saying that we don't have people who do bad things. But at the same time, you cannot paint all with one stroke. Please. You said generals, we have corrupt generals. That is highly untrue. Untrue in the sense that we also have our army, our military is an institution grounded in discipline. And it is for that reason that we have court martials. We have a lot of generals facing court martials right now for one infraction or the other. I'm coming. For one infraction or the other. If truly you have any allegation, the simplest thing to do is approach the military with such allegations. It will be properly investigated. I also want to observe on the, I think, Chief Anthony Ukochukwu.
Yeah.
You said in one of your submissions that we have military on the roads and we are not inside the bushes. I don't know where he got that from. I recently deployed a soldier to Sambisa. 2 weeks later, that soldier was injured by improvised explosive device. That soldier was deployed, and that's just one of the very many who I know represent some of your family, villages, and local governments. That's just one. We have generals who have died in the forefront of battle. General Zekushu is one of them.
Please,
General Uba is one of them. I'm landing. General Zekushu is one of them. General Ɓ0MB is one of them. General Uba is one of them. These are men who are in the forefront, protecting you and I. It is because of their blood and their sacrifices that we are here today. So I just want context. When you make an allegation, ensure you provide proper context and also know that the military is always available to address any issue of indiscipline or criminality. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. We are going to be shutting down this session now because we have another. I'm sorry, we've taken two from the military and I think you are represented well. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I will override you on this, sir. I'm really sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I will override you on this. We'll be taking closing remark from. I'm sorry. And just to put it straight, we appreciate the work the military men are doing. And everybody here, particularly, have appreciated your work. But what we are saying is that there are good cops and there are bad cops. I'm really sorry. I know that we all have questions to ask. But another session is starting right now. And we'll be taking closing remark. We'll be taking the answers. And there will be closing remark 30 seconds. So while you are doing your closing remarks, you will answer your question.
Welcome back. I'm sure you are typing your comments. So let us start with Omoyele Sowore. Omoyele Sowore did bring in the argument that has been presented by Atiku, and of course the counter argument or the defense by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It has to do with subsidy. Should we subsidize or not? How do we go about it? He presented to the world the exact picture, and he has been relentless on this. He has been unequivocally clear that these so-called elites, they are the criminals, they are the thieves, they are the armed robbers. How do you put in a measure or implement a policy that only affects the poor? And the poor are the ones that you guys created. You created this poverty. Aside certain activities like the one Bola Ahmed Tinubu talked about. He said poverty has been in Nigeria before he was born, and poverty will remain. Why? He said, I am not in control of your production equipment. A family that can barely fend for two has 8 children. Can you imagine? How do you think you get out of poverty when your sense of reasoning is thwarted? Which is true. to an extent. Now, well, like he does, he added some little bit of seasoning to his words, and he poured in pepper into it. This infuriated Ameachi, and he quickly jumped and said, no, I never said that we are corrupt and we lack morality, that we've destroyed and scattered the nation, was stolen, blah blah. I never said this. But whatever, the truth of the matter is that these guys sleep facing the same direction, really. Sowore is pained, like many people is pained, but unfortunately right now what we have is mediocrity, emptiness, people without direction, people who lack the ability to discern, people who cannot decipher anything. Now let's look at some of the pointers raised by Ɓ0MB, and then I go to VDM. Now Ɓ0MB, of course, he also was shot here and there, and Sowore already talk about how Ɓ0MB, during his time as a governor in Anambra State, how he didn't do the right thing as per he had doctors on strike. If that could happen, then talk about the federal mistakes that Ɓ0MB is going to make as president of Nigeria if he could do that in the state. Ɓ0MB quickly jumped on that and said, well, have you asked the doctors why they refused to do what I asked them to do, or why they are even on strike? Have you asked them? No. I did this, I did that. I decided to invest in private, let's say the missionary, the church, hospitals, and this and that, since these ones have refused to do the needful. It's all about negotiation. I decided to do it the way I understand it. I decided to handle it the way I understand it. This is not how it's supposed to be. That, and that. And he got a lot of people applauding him too. Of course, Sowore, he has his own supporters. Ɓ0MB has his own supporter. This is how it works. There are people who will be for you. There will be people who will be against you. But we don't want to be who is for who is not for who. We want to be for clarity. We want to be for truth. We want to be for deep thoughts. Not for, is it Sowore, is it Ɓ0MB, is it Ameachi, is it whoever. No, we don't want to do that. That's bullshit. So let me look at some of what VDM posited. VDM spoke about insecurity, and a lot of things that he said might be true, but they are not right. Yeah, true that we have insecurity, true that a certain ethnic group or tribe have been fingered to be the only one doing these things. True that certain so-called security operatives loan, lend, borrow, rent their weapons, and some of them might even be involved in some of these activities. It is true that we have rogue police officers and many. In fact, it's true that we have rogue police officers and security agents. I'll tell you this story that Ɓ0MB did tell us that caused him to be mocked and laughed at, but I took that story differently. He said insecurity, he had to go like on the road. He hit the road on this, like, what's happening? He said a madman told him that those that attack, those that do this, the so-called unknown gunmen, they come from this direction. And he looked at that direction. That direction, only military officers could come from that direction. So what does that say? Unknown gunmen, some military officers are involved in it. So this brings me to what VDM spoke about. He said, even though these are unsubstantiated, he said, you know, some of this army, this police officer, I think that's the approach of Verydarkman. To him, it makes him look fearless, and it gives his rats the belief in him that He can speak and is bold, but boldness without deep understanding of things does not make sense. But in this case, did he present deep understanding of how things work? Let's say VDM has been in the, some activities surrounding insecurity, like he has been around it. He went to some villages and maybe he said, you guys don't know nothing. I don't know who he's referring to as not knowing anything. Maybe he's talking about the army, the police officers there, or the I don't know who he meant. I mean, what he meant by you people don't know. Know what? Like, how was he able to gather intelligence reports to the point whereby he could say that police officers and armies, security agents at checkpoints are the ones who literally give information basically to kidnappers to grab, according to him, Nigerians who are financially average or rich. Where did he get this information from? That this is what they do, this is how they go about it, this is how they operate, this is what they do. These are his words. He made one very, allegation, thoughtful one. He said that, for example, in Edo State where he's from, you would think the Fulanis, this and that the Fulanis are good people, they are not really that bad, and they have a communication system that is renowned, and that just one phone call they will speak to all the Fulanis, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that. I laugh in Spanish. The reason why is this. You see, it is difficult to control people who have access to billions and millions. One ransom, 60 million. To him, he said, these guys don't have AC. I laugh. The reason I'm laughing is this. To him, he thinks that amount of money gotten from ransom, the only way you can enjoy or express it is by having air conditioning in your house and that. No. He doesn't have deep understanding of these things. That not everybody, everyone spends in what he thinks is comfort or enjoyment. To some, having more cows is enjoyment. To some, funding terrorism is pleasure to them. Yes, to some, using the same money to marry many women is the comfort that he thinks of. Maybe not necessarily buying a house and building mansions and living in it. He said these guys go from hot to hot. That is a hustle ground. Like when you finally arrest these guys, you don't see them looking trendy or dandy with gold, diamonds. So to him, where is this 60 million naira? Where is this ransom money going into? He said, he's one Edo guy that will call some Fulani and say, hey, go and arrest this person. Go and arrest that person. Go and kidnap this person. The ransom then is now paid. And then the Edo person will now take the money. But the face of the kidnap or the crime is a Fulani person. I said it is something to ponder about. Now, is it true that indigenes could work hand in hand with Fulanis to kidnap their fellow brothers and sisters? Is he making an accusation that is unfounded, accusation that can never be true? Well, the dynamics of human being, the activities and actions of human being, in fact, the scriptures even says, the scriptures of Christians says, the heart of man, woman is deep, who can find it? Only God, so deep, you will never know. Is it true? Is it possible? Now, I will say it is possible that one could work with a group of criminals, regardless of tribe, to commit crime. It is true that that is possible. But the way VDM presented it, it's as if, these guys are being used by ourselves, meaning it is not like a Fulani thing. So an Igbo man will contract a Fulani man to come and kidnap, and then the Igbo man is now the one managing the ransom. A Yoruba man will contact Fulani and say, hey, kidnap this my brothers and sister, and then the ransom will be paid to him. Is that how it works? Well, you might look at those Fulanis on the streets and the ones in the bush and forest, and you see them and you think, oh, what are these guys spending money on? Let me break it down. One of them that was caught, he was asked. He explained, he said, okay, for example, if we get 60 million naira, 80 million naira, 100 million naira, if we get all of this, we have a sharing formula. I'm not just going to take this home. We have commanders, we have hierarchy. There is a way this money is shared for procurement of weapons, tools to use for our activities, vehicles and all of that. We have a way of sharing this money. So we have somebody we pay. Should there be an arrest, we have somebody we pay for that handles that. We have someone who does the monitoring to make sure that security operation does not go smoothly, like we are not arrested. So he said there is a way they go about this. These are the operational system set to the public, to security agents by these guys. So I don't know what your thoughts are really. You've read it all. You've heard all of their comments and everyone saying his own bit here and there. What do you think about it? It is fine to say what you think. I mean, it's fine. Everyone has his own opinion, right? Ɓ0MB has said his own. Sowore said his. Ɓ0MB said his own. Ameachi also said his own, what he thinks, what he believes, and what he, if you know, everyone is saying their own thing. So people are reacting to what Ɓ0MB said. Some are applauding Sowore. They are like, hey, hold on a sec, man. This your utterance is not making sense. Some are saying, no, Ɓ0MB, you are fearless. You look at them and point to them and say they are the ones. Well, as you can see, response also was given to him right there and there. Like, how can you open your mouth and say, what evidence do you have that we are doing this? But I won't lie to you. A country where police officers and army, navy, depending on where they are deployed, could stand on the street, on the road, stop vehicles and collect 500, 1,000 from them. Well, you know the rest of the story. This is not something that is done in secret. It is done openly. Openly. There is nothing they cannot do.